So you have a certain person that you want to manifest back into your life, a romantic partner, someone who might have been friends with benefits. Maybe you just casually dated without friends with benefits. Whatever the situation is for you, there is a particular part of this that most people, in my opinion, do not talk about and skip out on. And it has nothing to do with sats. It has nothing to do with affirmations. But what it has to do with is, who are you being in the public in the 3D? See, the thing that I realized about a lot of people that are trying to manifest an ex back in particular is a lot of you are trying to manifest them back being the same person that you were when the fallout happened. And for those of us that understand law of assumption, you cannot be that person that you were when the fallout happened. You cannot be that person that was argumentative. You cannot be that person that had anxiety, anxious 24/7, depressed 24/7, whatever the case might be in your particular situation. And that is the huge problem, is internally and externally, which is what we're getting ready to get into. You guys are the same person that you were that caused your ex to leave in the first place. All of us know about energies and frequencies and all of that. The facts of the matter are, when you were with your ex last time, most likely you were on an energetic frequency that was down here. And what you need to do is, obviously, internally, you need to become the person energetically up here. But what you also need to do is externally become that person as well. And this is the piece that I want to get into. So much in this community, and rightfully so, understandably so, we focus on the internal. We focus on making the internal shift, which is a very pivotal part, let me add. That part is 100% necessary. However, I constantly say this, and I said this in my last video when I talked about inner conversations. Our inner conversations are what controls us, because our inner conversations are what we are thinking about and talking about to ourselves internally and about other people and about any subject in life for majority of the day. So even if we do a technique, we're only doing that technique for a very short period of time. Most of our day is dominated by our internal conversations, which turn out to be negative for the most part, along with our thoughts, which turn out to be negative for the most part. And it's the same thing externally when it comes to who you are being in the 3D to your SP. You see, when your ex looks at you, what most people don't realize is your ex still sees that same anxious person. Your ex sees that same person that was fearful. Your ex sees that same person that might have had low self-esteem. When your ex looks at you on Instagram photos, or when your ex sees you in person, they see and they feel that nothing has changed about you. So in their mind, that image of you is telling them, this person hasn't changed. I want nothing to do with them. I'm glad I left them. And so what do you need to do? What I always say in the 3D is start being. Who are you being in the 3D at any given moment? That is what's important, because that is how you start to dominate your day with the right thoughts, the right beliefs, the right inner conversations. That is how you raise your frequency to become a different person, to attract things back into your life, or to attract new things back into your life. The problem with a lot of people is you guys are doing the internal work, but your external isn't changing. Your external isn't keeping up with the internal. And I think what a big help would be is to obviously continue to work on the internal work, but I think making external changes is what's going to take you getting your ex back to the next level. Think about this for a second. Think about if I came on this camera in front of you and I had on a suit and tie and I had my hair cut. I had no hat on, I had no shirt, I had no chain, but I looked like I was running for office. And I started giving you guys messages. Every week I showed up in all my videos wearing a suit and tie from now on. That would signal to all of you, subconsciously and consciously, that would signal to you a level of authority, number one. That would also start to signal to you guys, something's different about Marv. Marv has changed. Marv is not the same Marv. Marv is not showing up wearing his hat all the time. Marv is not showing up wearing his chain all the time. Marv is looking real presidential right now. Marv might run for office. Sleepy Joe, Kamala Harris, the one and only, the Black Trump. I might run as a Democrat, the Black Trump. Bottom line, you guys would immediately pick up and say to yourself, something's different. What is he going to talk about? What's going to come out of his mouth next? Maybe I need to tune in to see what kind of attitude, what kind of aura is Marv presenting now. That alone would make you want to tune in. That alone would make other people want to tune in. And I'm saying all of this to express to you guys the importance of image. Most of you are trying to do the internal work first and then let the external change, which it can work that way. But some of you, in my opinion, I think you should probably start to maybe do it backwards and to change your external first, and to see if that helps you internally change how you see yourself. Start to show up differently in the world. Who you are being throughout your day is way more important, in my opinion, than a 5-minute SATS technique. Because most of you do a 5-minute SATS technique, or you do an affirmation for 10, 15 minutes, whatever the case might be for you. And then for the other 24 hours of the day, you go out into the world and you continue being who you always were. And that's the problem. When your ex looks at you, they see this is the same person that I was with 6 months ago. This is the same person that I was with a year ago. So what do you need to do to make your ex feel like you have changed? Raise your frequency by working on your image. You see, this is for everybody. There are people that I haven't seen in a long time, and when I see them again, they might have a new haircut, they might have lost weight, but you can tell something is different about them. And that curiosity gets sparked, and it makes you say, I wonder what this person has been up to. I need to be in this person's life again. And this is exactly why I want a lot of you to start focusing on external changes. And when I say external changes, I don't mean external changes in a toxic way. I mean external changes in a very positive way that matches the person that you see yourself being. Because that's the type of energy and frequency that when your ex sees you and puts eyes on you again for the first time in however long it's been, they're going to say to themselves, I don't know what's different about this person. Something has changed. I can't put my finger on it, but the way they walk, the way they talk, their swagger, their aura has changed. And I don't know what that looks like for you in particular. It might be getting a haircut. It might be losing weight. It might be working on your aura so that when you're going around throughout the day, you're positive compared to how you used to be. But bottom line, most of us, we have become addicted to being a certain version of ourselves. So when we wake up and we realize, okay, I can't be that person anymore, we need to figure out, who am I going to be in the 3D? You know, this makes me think about a lot of these business guys that I watched when I was coming up 10 plus years ago, learning about real estate, getting into real estate. And I would look at these guys, and these guys, what did they do? They dressed for success. They were always in suits and ties. They wanted to look the part, because looking the part will help them feel the part. As Deion Sanders always says, when you look good, you feel good. When you feel good, you play good. That's on me, Coach Prime. And he is absolutely 1000% correct. See, the thing I realize about a lot of people is a lot of people don't feel good, quite frankly, because they don't look good, because they're not changing their outer appearance. When people look at you, they still think the same thing. Oh, this is the same woman from 6 months ago. This is the same woman from a year ago. Oh, this is the same man from 6 months ago. This is the same man from a year ago. You ever see those people in your life that you haven't seen in 5 years, and as soon as you look at them, you can tell nothing has changed with them? As soon as you look at them, your energy, their frequency, you pick up on it. You could tell, yo, they're doing the same exact shit they were doing 5, 10 years ago. I already know. I don't even have to ask. Or you could tell that they got worse. You see they gained a bunch of weight. You can tell like they don't care about themselves. They haven't been keeping themselves up. You pick up on this. So what I'm saying to you is pick up on it with yourself. This is why your ex isn't coming back to you. Because when they look at you, they can tell, yo, this is the same person that I broke up with. I'm glad I broke up with. So when they look at you, you need to give them a reason to be like, yo, why did I break up with this person? The inner work, yes, obviously keep working on that. But the outer work, the outer appearance, that term fake it till you make it, that term is very real. You need to fake it till you make it with your image in a healthy way. I'm not saying in a way that's nefarious, that's going to hurt people. What I am saying is do it in a way to where people, when they look at you, you become a magnet. You become irresistible. To when people say, I need some of that energy. To when your ex looks at you, your ex says, I need this person back into my life. What did they do different? They have this aura about them, this nonchalant attitude about them. Look at the way their hair is. Look at the way their skin is. They're glowing for some reason. This isn't the same person that I broke up with. This is a new person, and I need to get to know this new person. Let me reach out to them. Let me text them. Let me call them. Let me talk to a mutual friend to see if they can put me back in touch with this person. Because these pictures that I'm seeing, or this person that I ran into when I was out on my walk or out just doing activities, this ain't the same person that broke up with me or that I broke up with. I'm talking about night and day difference. So again, this isn't just about doing the internal work. This is about doing the external work. Who are you being for majority of your day? Because that energy and that frequency is what is going to radiate predominantly when you meet people. It's going to radiate through your pictures if you're on Instagram and Facebook. It's going to radiate through your clothing. Bottom line, who you show up as has an effect on the world. It's going to have an effect on your ex. We all know those people that we see when they're dressed a certain way, when they walk into a room. Their aura speaks for them. They don't have to say a word. Their aura just commands attention. And that's what I want to happen for you. I want you to become a new person on the external so that when your ex sees you, they say, damn, this ain't the same person that got in an argument with me. This ain't the same person that I broke up with. This person has changed and I need to experience this new energy ASAP. So many of us have gotten so consumed with doing the internal work, not realizing that us just changing this external could put us on a fast track to success. And that's exactly what I want for all of you, is to get a fast track to success. Because make no doubt, make no mistake about it, I believe all of you are going to win. You just don't realize it yet because of the season that you are in. When everybody is in that down season, they don't realize they're going to win. But I assure you, if you are paying attention to what I'm saying, I have no doubt in my mind that you will win. And that is what I want for everybody following this channel, as I want all of you to know and believe and feel that you are going to win, because you will. It is just a matter of time. Everybody's timing is different, but I believe all of you will win. How is the perfect version of yourself 5 years from now, 10 years from now going to be walking? How are they going to be talking? How are they going to be dressing? What is their aura going to be? Are they going to be a yes man? Are they going to tell a lot of people no? You need to start being that person right now. That person, so that when you walk into a room, everybody turns their head and says, who is that? To where your energy and your aura speak before you even say one word. To where all you have to do is nod and you can control the whole room. All you have to do is do a little smile and you control the whole room. You know what's funny? This stuff is really true. I was watching a video a while back of this woman. I think I saw a TikTok video or Instagram video. I don't remember. She said she saw a video of her ex, pictures of her ex. And she said, I'm not gonna lie, he looks so good. She was like, he looks so good compared to when they were together. She was like, I don't know what he's done. He's upgraded. His body looks this way. His hair looks this way. She was gushing over how good this guy looked, and how she was mad that they weren't together anymore just based on looking at his new pictures and looking at how happy and healthy he looked. That instantly made her turn around and say, yo, I need to get this guy back. I need to talk to him again. Just from looking at pictures, she could tell, yo, something's different about this guy. This ain't the same boyfriend that I was with, that I broke up with. I'm telling you, this stuff works. So as you're getting your routine together, whether you're doing sats or affirmations, like I said, that's only a small piece of the puzzle. The most important part of the puzzle is, what are you doing with 95% of your day? What are you doing with 95% of your inner conversations throughout the day? Who are you being throughout the day for that 95% of the day? How are you speaking, thinking, acting? That's what matters. Show up differently. Because think about it. You guys ever put on really nice clothes and then all of a sudden you just start acting different because you have on nice clothes? You start talking and saying and doing things that you normally don't say or do because the clothes are making you feel that way. The clothes are making you feel bougie as fuck. They're making you feel elegant. They're making you feel like I gotta talk like somebody from Bridgerton. Hello, Sir Duke. I've fetched you some water from the hill. When you put on those clothes, contrary to what you might think, that stuff makes you start to think, feel, and act differently. That's why I'm telling you to reverse engineer and to add this into your repertoire, because I do believe this is the missing piece for many of you. Give your ex a shit ton of reasons to believe, yo, this person is different and I need to hear from them now.